What is up, guys? It's your boy and the Matrix. I'm back with another video, and you heard the news. You heard the news. PlayStation. PlayStation will discontinue disc on their platform permanently by 2028. So we have literally 2 years for this to happen. 2 years for this to happen. And I saw it coming. I already knew this was going to happen. I already knew this was going to happen because the signs were there. I mean, a long time ago. A long time ago, the signs have been there. It's just that many people refuse to believe it. Many people refuse to acknowledge it. But I knew that's one of the reasons why I switched to PC. You know, I switched to PC gaming for a reason and I just saw it. The writing was on the wall.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
Okay, the writing was on the wall. Okay, so by 2028, you know what? They're kind of ahead of schedule. They're ahead of schedule because they said by 2030 you will own nothing and be happy. But by 2028, you pretty much won't own any of your games anymore. Heck, you won't even own your console. So the Charles Schwab and all those other evil douchebags up there, the elites, those people, they're way ahead of schedule. By 2028, dude, we're not even waiting for 2030 anymore. It's 2028. So they're way ahead of schedule. All right, so you're probably wondering, so what do we do? What are we gonna do? Like, gaming is gonna change forever. Well, yeah, gaming is gonna change forever, and I adapted for that purpose. But there are still options out there because what people don't seem to understand, or what these corporations don't want you to know, is that something can be digital and you can still own it. Something can be digital and you can still own it. That's what they're not talking about. They're just saying, you're going to be renting everything, renting games, renting cars, you're going to be renting your apartment, you're going to be renting your groceries. So after you're done, buying groceries and you eat them, you got to, spit it out or vomit it out, give it back to the grocery store. I'm joking. But everything is going to be a subscription service in the future, including your girlfriend. Okay, you got to pay like $100 a month to be able to keep that nice girlfriend. Okay, I'm joking. It's just a joke, guys. Come on, relax. But seriously, even if it's digital, we should be able to own a copy of things, right? Because it used to be when you buy. I remember when I first bought a Photoshop, when I bought the Photoshop Adobe Suite, I bought it back in 2010s for like $200. I bought the software, I installed it into my computer with a disk, and it came with a software key, right? A software key, which is like a bunch of codes that you enter for you start using the software. It had a software key, right? But now it's like you don't even have that. They're not even giving you that. There is still an option. GOG, Good Old Games. Okay, I'm gonna start buying games from there, because when you buy a game from GOG, it's like, yeah, you own it. You pretty much own it. It's the digital copy, and you own it. You can download it to your hard drive. You can download it, wherever, and just start playing it. And that's how it should be. When you when you pay money and you download something, it should just be yours. You own it, and that's it. You bought it, you download it, you start using it, and it's permanently yours. You can do whatever you want with it. That's how it should be. Well, they don't want to do that because they want you to keep paying every single month without you having to own anything. That's the trick. That's what they're not talking about. Right? That's what they're not talking about. But yeah, there's no way of saving it. It's too late to save physical games. The only physical games that we're gonna have available is all the retro stuff, the Nintendos, the Nintendo 64, the old PlayStation, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. If you still have these and they are important to you, hold on to them. Personally, I don't own any of these consoles because I'm just way too busy and I move around too much. Recently, I left the country. I left America, and I'm not, I left America, so I had to leave a lot of my things behind. And I had to leave a lot of my things behind. So that's why I'm a PC gamer, because if you're constantly moving, you're not gonna have a lot of physical stuff, right? But if you have good old games, you can download things digitally and they can be yours. I don't know if people do this anymore, but in the 2010s, I used to buy ebooks directly from somebody's website, and I would own those ebooks, right? The ebooks would be mine. I'll pay $30 for it. I'll download it, and it's my ebook, and that's it, right? And I can keep it. I have a copy, and that's it. I didn't have to pay monthly for it. But now everything is a subscription. Everything is a subscription. They don't want you to pay a one-time thing, and that's it. No. They want you to have the illusion of owning things, and they control all of this. So what we have to do now is we have to depend on indie gamers. No, it's not indie gamers. Excuse me, indie developers, people that independently make games. That's what we have to support now if we really want to make this work. Like the people that created Clear Obscure Expedition 33, people like that. They make their own games, and they make it accessible to everybody in all platforms. And also, we got to start buying games from GOG. Start buying games from GOG, good old games. That's what I'm going to start doing. Okay? Because I'm just sick and tired, man. I'm sick and tired of like these corporations just basically screwing us over. And one of the things that Sony did is they I think it was PlayStation 3. I think it was PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. If you bought any movies or any games from the PlayStation store, the PlayStation 3 store, they're going to erase that network so that they can move on to the next. Because what Sony is doing, and what all these other companies doing, they're getting ready to move on to the next console. The PlayStation 6 is going to be coming out soon in the next few years, and they're getting ready for that. And the PlayStation 6 is not going to have any physical games, so they're just getting ready for that. Same thing with Xbox, no physical games. The only one that has quote-unquote physical games, kind of, is Nintendo. But eventually, years from now, they're going to do the exact same thing. So instead of buying a console, why not just get a PC? Because every game is coming for the PC anyways. Square Enix, they just announced that they're going to go multi-platform. They are done being exclusive to PlayStation, and when their games release, they're going to release their games directly to PC, Nintendo Switch, and every other platform, right? So they're going to be a multi-platform game release company. That's how it's going to be. So yeah, there's no going back. It's too late to save physical games. Just save what you have already and adapt to the new environment. And by adapt, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that you simply buy things blindly, but like when you do buy a digital game, just keep in mind that Sony is probably going to pull the rug from under your feet at some point. And this is why I really do not blame people for I don't blame people for downloading games, quote unquote, being a pirate, right? If you want to be a pirate and sail the seven seas, I don't blame you. It's because look what they're doing to us. They're basically robbing us. They're robbing us. If you buy something and you don't really own it, then if I steal something, then I'm not really stealing. I'm not really stealing. So it's like, these corporations gotta learn. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep taking advantage of us. But other than that, guys, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Guys, it's your boy, Matrix. Godspeed, baby.